Travis, he's not necessarily leaving.
Oh, I think he's leaving, and I think this is where I could see the Chiefs doing something. I don't think the Chiefs can sit out running back free agency and just be like, man, Jeremiah Love at 9, because there is real reason to fear he will not be there at 9, and there is also real reason to think he could be there at 9 and not be the best pick. Because Reuben Bain or a marquee pass rusher, or maybe they love one of the wide receivers and they're worried about Rasheed's future, whatever it is. I like this. If the Chiefs were to sign, a relatively big name running back, I like Travis more than Kenneth Walker because of
pass catcher,
his threat as a pass catcher, and his ability. You know what I mean? I think to be a real chess piece in that offense. So I think the Chiefs make sense. I think that there's I think Cincinnati, if they want to go, I don't like their running game as much as I think Brew necessarily does. I think that also Denver. You know what I mean? Makes sense. I'm not as high on R.J. Harvey as some, but I think Travis Etienne's a very good player. Not a great player, but a very good player.
I agree with those teams make sense, and particularly the Chiefs. But how about Houston?
But they just traded for David Montgomery.
Oh, that's right.
So, I think that they wanted to. They clearly wanted to upgrade, but they traded for Montgomery.
I like Montgomery better, though. I like the Chiefs.
I don't like this one at all for the Prince.
I don't either.
The Jags, it's not like they didn't get over the hump.
They had a relationship with college teams.
Yeah, they're not in this is what successful teams do. It's not the Trenton McDuffie story. It's not Kenneth Walker story where you're the main guy and the team was unlocked offensively. I don't know.
Well, again, what would his franchise would have been?
14 million.
They probably didn't want to lock him in at 14 million. Maybe they can get him for less. Who's giving him 14 million?
Well, so that's the other thing about all these guys. It is to be reminded, usually when guys hit free agency, they end up leaving. But not always. And I know what Seattle, the local reporting with Seattle at least is, that they've told Kenneth Walker, go see what's out there, and maybe we'll match. I don't know. The reason that I do think he's gone there is there was real smoke last training camp that he could be traded, that Travis Etienne could be the odd man out in that backfield. Then he had the best year of his career, or arguably the best year of his career. I mean, I've always liked him as a player. I liked him at Clemson, and I think he's still got a lot left in the tank.
Attempting to derive meaningful insight from last offseason holds absolutely no relevance for me. That era is entirely superseded by the current Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence regime. Anything predating this new leadership structure signifies absolutely nothing in my evaluation. That being said, I am genuinely pleased to produce another Jacksonville Jaguars video. My previous installment generated considerable commentary regarding my pronunciation of Jaguars, which I accept gracefully. The overwhelming sentiment from Jaguars fans indicates I remain welcome at the metaphorical cookout, so equilibrium is maintained. It remains consistently amusing when individuals focus on such peripheral details. Jaguars faithful, I must emphasize the importance of subscribing and viewing content in its entirety to enable continued production of optimal Jaguars analysis. This is not always straightforward. Locating compelling clips presents challenges, and viewership does not always materialize consistently. Apparently, the broader audience maintains limited engagement with Jaguars content, but my investment remains genuine. When you commit to full video consumption and subscribe during viewing, metrics improve substantially. As I consistently emphasize, this pursuit transcends mere subscriber or view counts. The objective involves creating content people genuinely desire to consume and discuss, enabling me to deliver grounded, unbiased Jaguars analysis to the best of my ability. This situation exemplifies the positional strength that emerges when quarterback uncertainty is resolved and offensive leadership is firmly established. Organizations in that enviable position become significantly less vulnerable to roster fluctuations. You position yourself where decisions regarding specific players become negotiable rather than existential. The ideal scenario involves collaboration with a trusted offensive mind like Cohen, where conversations about moving on from particular pieces occur from a foundation of confidence rather than desperation. Consider the Kansas City Chiefs and their decision regarding Tyreek Hill. I can guarantee that the vast majority of organizations, perhaps every single one, would have been unable to execute that transaction. Notably, that decision was not driven exclusively by Patrick Mahomes. It was enabled by Andy Reid's presence. The organizational approach does not involve polling Mahomes about Hill's fate. The conversation flows to Reid. Can this offense maintain elite functionality if we make this move? Can we navigate the financial implications successfully? Alternatively, the dynamic might involve expressing trust in Reid's brilliance when circumstances necessitate difficult choices. That framework provides genuine operational freedom. I regularly discuss the foundational importance of management and coaching infrastructure. Players are transient. The NFL, as I learned early in my football awareness, differs from other sports in that allegiance typically attaches to the franchise name displayed on the front of the jersey rather than individual players listed on the back. The league is unique in this regard. I acknowledge this dynamic has evolved somewhat with social media proliferation and increased player accessibility. Athletes host podcasts, appear ubiquitously across platforms, feature in music videos. The landscape has shifted. Nevertheless, the fundamental principle endures. Organizational stability enables difficult decisions. The objective is cultivating sufficient confidence to execute complex, non-obvious moves. When questions arise about whether a particular player justifies his compensation, having established infrastructure enables clear-eyed evaluation. This capacity to perceive and pull various strategic threads proves invaluable. For the Jacksonville Jaguars, this situation signals something deeper than any individual player outcome. It reflects organizational maturation. The eventual resolution will prove instructive. Should they ultimately retain the player, that outcome would demonstrate sophisticated organizational understanding, potentially more impressive than any philosophical framework I have outlined. The process itself reveals capability. I consistently resist heavy investment in predictions regarding off-season developments. Projecting specific outcomes with any confidence is fundamentally misguided. My preference involves exploring these situations philosophically, rather than pretending insight into destinations we cannot possibly know. The appropriate analytical focus involves evaluating decisions and processes as they unfold, rather than manufacturing certainty about unknowable futures. Those constitute my reflections. I am genuinely interested in your perspectives regarding the Jacksonville Jaguars. Would you experience disappointment if this player departs? Do you prefer retention? How do you assess this operation and the gradually unfolding off-season narrative? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read every response, regardless of whether alignment exists with my analysis. Agreement or disagreement matters less than fostering substantive discussion and perhaps spirited debate, though ultimately the objective remains enjoying the conversation. Please consider subscribing to the channel. We are cultivating an exceptional community, and I would genuinely welcome your participation. My aspiration involves creating something fostering authentic connection, generating genuine excitement about membership. I believe we progress meaningfully toward that objective. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up, as it genuinely supports visibility and algorithmic reach. Thank you sincerely. I will see you in the next video.